watching CNBC today, which is February the 23rd. There's a guy named Josh Brown talking about what's going on in the stock market right now, and he didn't really go into detail, but he had a little vague saying where he said everyone's going to one side of the boat inside the stock market, and it's causing everything else to collapse. So in this video, I'm going to show you why it's collapsing. I'm going to show you that people are already started the sell-off, and there's about to be a major sell-off, which is a real market crash. And then I'm going to show you where the money's going, and you guys can decide what you want to do from there. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at these companies right here. They're a huge list of companies. Most of them are the largest companies. So they all have a really small amount of 10-day average volume, and the 10-day average volume is how much volume happened in the last 10 days per day. And the average, and what we're going to see is if it's red and the volume's high, that means they're selling. If it's green and the volume's high, that means they're buying typically. So let's look at this. Microsoft. Right now it's 11 a.m., which is Mountain Time, which means there's another 3 hours left in the market. And if we look at this, the volume almost matches what the volume does in the average per day. So this volume is probably going to about double that volume right there, unless the sell-off starts fully today. Maybe it'll go way higher, but it's probably going to at least double it. And you can see from the 1.7% loss that it is not in a good way. If you look at Apple, Apple's above the 10-day average already, and it's only halfway through the day. They've lost 2.65%. They're crashing right now. Amazon, 2.38. They're almost exactly to their daily average, minus 1.43%. Let's look at Facebook. Facebook, almost the same, up a little. I don't know what to think about that one. This one, Berkshire, which is Warren Buffett. I mean, I've heard that Berkshire has a lot of cash, and he's just sitting on cash. Google, we're already at the 10-day average, and it's all selling. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla's real bad, so it's already double what the 10-day average is, and it's only halfway through the day, and it's down 5%. Like, that's going to hit 100 million today, and Tesla's going down at least 10%, if not 20. Like, like it doesn't take a lot of cash out for that thing to just completely collapse. So I'm going to show you this right here. This is a bet that I got on Tesla right now at a 410 put for expiring this Friday. So that means basically the price would have to lose 50% in the next 3 days. That's a little aggressive. This one says the next 17 days, but I put 75% on this one. So if those ones go through, it'll be a lot of money. But I just think the market's collapsing, and then obviously now I'm going to show you where the money's going. So there's two places where the money's going that I can guarantee, like I can see positive and consistent results day after day between, like, basically what's happening is there's a huge group of people, let's just say 1 to 10 million people, that have come together, and they saw it with GameStop, where everyone just started buying it and they didn't sell it, and even when it went up, they didn't sell it, and it just kept going up, and it never went down, and they just kept buying, and it was a beautiful thing. And so that's what's happening with AMC right now. But GME is golden. So GME did like in the historical last 30 days, have less volume than AMC. But GME is still way up from where it was when people were buying it back in 2019 at $5 a share. So this GME right here, even though the volume's low at 4.92 million, I guarantee the buying pressure is higher than the selling pressure, because basically GME's dropped 90% in the last 2 weeks. And if you're going to sell for a loss, you've already done it. And everyone that's left over is holding for the long-term profits. GME is going up higher than any of them. But I feel like AMC might actually eclipse GME first. And it's because basically everyone saw what happened with GME, and then they did it to AMC, and it started to work on AMC. AMC bounced all the way to $20 real quick. And then they did, when GME dropped 90%, AMC dropped 75% and dropped all the way back to $5. And basically all the volume started coming back. So if you look at this, the 10-day average is $93 million per 10 days. So that means the last 10 days is almost $1 billion. Today alone, $175 million. And you can see from it being up 13%, it's a lot more buying than selling. And so what's happening is everyone's going from all those other companies I just showed you, and they're seeing the online social medias, the subreddits of just millions of people coming together and buying into this, and they're all moving their money. A lot of people aren't touching GME right now because they think it already kind of happened, and how much higher could it go than the 400, where AMC's looked at as it's still at its bottom. So that's why all the volume's hitting AMC. But the real diamond handlers are with GME, and GME is going to be the highest in the long run. Just because they had the most suppression and all that stuff, it's going to have the biggest opposite effect as well. And so I'm hoping that AMC profits first big, and I can move a lot of my weight over to GME. Yeah, GameStop's the way. AMC's good too. If you're all about AMC, I got no problem with that. The only recommendation I would say to anyone, if you sell your AMC, send it to GME for sure. But yeah, that's my proof. Like, it's guaranteed. If you're not in this, you are crazy.